Your weekly pint of sports juice, presented by the Keys Leisure Centre, Preston. Eat, drink and bowl at the Keys sprawling beer gardens, lanes, arcade bar and bistro. Let's go, lads.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Sports Juice Podcast. And you might have realised very quickly, we have a fourth member around our esteemed table, and we are all very, very excited to have a NPL winning captain, the captain of Heidelberg United, who have had an amazing 18 months going on from last season to this season, Mr. Ben Collins. Ben,
give him a clap.
Let's give him a clap. Our first live interview.
Thank you very much.
We might have to start a wall of Hall of Famers of interviews.
Yes, yeah, your photo.
And
will
you're
go
number
first
one,
up.
Ben.
Number one, up there.
I like him. You can come back.
Yeah. All right. Let's get started, and we'll get stuck straight into the main game that is happening this Saturday afternoon. It is against the Preston Lions. It is the Doherty Cup. Tell us, it's a knockout competition. Tell us how you guys have gone through to the final and just the journey there.
Yeah, so Doherty Cup, I think it's oldest Australian sports competitions. I think I've heard 18 something was the first year that it started. So a long time ago, and our second year in a row making the final. Massive game against Preston, who I guess are a big rival in the league, and also now an opportunity for a cup on Saturday. So yeah, it's going to be a big game.
Now, as you can tell, the biggest fan is to the left of me. He goes along to all your home games. And did you attend any of the Doherty Cups?
Bit of a struggle with the Doherty Cup fixtures because a lot of them have been midweek games, but the form.
I thought you were a real fan.
Well,
Come on,
well, true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fair little crack. There's a little. Yeah, well, of course, being the captain of the side, and I tell you what, it's been a very successful campaign. So you've gone through the games. I don't think you've conceded a goal throughout this whole Doherty Cup campaign.
On there. So, the 4 or 5, I guess, preliminary rounds, which double as the Australia Cup qualifiers as well. Haven't yet conceded a goal. I think we conceded one last year as well. So, maybe that's an omen of things to come. One better than last year.
We were talking about the final last year, and I was there against South Melbourne. And look, I don't want to be a sore loser. I'm sure you don't want to be a sore loser being the captain of the club. But let's be honest, the refereeing didn't help Heidelberg 12 months ago against South Melbourne. And, of course, it's been 9 years since we've won a Doherty Cup, and we go over 2 years further back from 2025 and 2023. We lost to Oakley. So I'm guessing being a final, as you mentioned, against the arch rivals, there'll be so much to play for on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's probably a couple of boys in our squad that were there in 2023 as well. So they've suffered 2 final losses in the Doherty Cup. So extra motivation for them, I guess. But like most of us that were at the club last year as well, not picking this one up. Definitely hurt last year, and I guess not lucky enough, but because of our hard work and our performance, we got an opportunity on Saturday to hopefully bring it home. So, really exciting time of the year. And, our form's been a little bit up and down in the league of recent. So, to I guess, kickstart the last sort of 6 weeks of the season with a trophy, there'd be no better way.
So you beat Brunswick 2-0 in the semi-final. Bramwell and Lee scored. And who are the boys who are we looking for to score and in form on Saturday?
Yeah, well, strikers are there to score goals. So hopefully, Bramwell and Nico Durate as well are our 2 main men up front. But we've got a lot of firepower in the squad. So can come from anywhere, the goals, and hopefully, we get a few on the board.
All right, and just a follow-up question. I just want to know, if you're down 1-0 at halftime, what's John's message?
Except for putting me up front front. Maybe that is a message. Maybe that should be the goal. But no, I think we've we're sort of midweek, so preparing really well. We've trained the last 2 nights and training tomorrow and Friday as well in the lead up to Saturday. So I think no matter the result at half time, whether we're winning or we're down, it's probably going to be a lot of what we've practiced and trained for during the week, and more of the same in the second half. But there's no second chance here. There's no draw, so there's 2 results, win or loss, and hopefully we're on the right side.
Just being a PE teacher, I'm sort of interested in the training schedule here, because you do have your NPL normal games to play. You got the Australia Cup coming up as well. What would a training session look like leading into the final on Saturday?
So I think at Heidelberg and Jay takes it super seriously, and as professional as we can make the environment is what we do. So probably in a typical training week, we're probably in 3 or 4 times without a midweek game, and then probably 3 times even if there's a midweek game on top of it. So we're in a fair bit, but in terms of the training sessions, it also sort of depends that we're in. So early on in the week, it's a bit of a recovery and to flush the body out from the weekends or the previous game, and then sort of midweek, it's a larger session that we do, and then towards the next game, it sort of tapers a little bit off, and it turns into more of a tactical training session.
Hypothetically, let's say we do win on Saturday. Of course, you mentioned we've got the Australian Cup round of 16 game against North Sunshine on Wednesday. How much celebrating can you actually do? Will John be saying, boys, have a big one Saturday night, but be sensible, of course. But are there guidelines to what you can and can't do post final on Saturday?
If he's smart, he's not going to reveal it.
Yeah, that's true. We'll keep that hush-hush. But has John said, given any particular rules in terms of what he expects from you boys in the recovery from Saturday to Wednesday's game?
Yeah, I think it's pretty standard, the expectations of all the players. I mean, if it was a regular league game, there's not a whole lot of celebrating to do. It's more move on pretty quickly to the next game. But this weekend might be a little bit different. But no concrete plans yet as to what the celebrations would be on Saturday. But as much as we would celebrate it, there is a game on Wednesday at the same time as well. That's super important. So I'm sure all the boys have got a little bit of an eye on that already. But at the moment and until Saturday, it's pretty much full focus on this one, and then I think we'll worry about
the celebrations. Don't put the mods on us.
We don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. But if you were to score, can we give just a little point to Hookie in the crowd here? Just say,
I'll text you where I'm sitting.
He's going to be there.
I'll be there.
Just a little message to say, we remember you.
Well, one of these, Ben. Just one of these. Yeah. All right. I'll do a sign. It won't be like the sport juice. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, it's a very good idea.
Just bring the banner, mate. Just stand in the crowd with the banner.
All right. Well, we've got Saturday afternoon. Of course, that is going to be a big game. 2:30. You can get your tickets through all the Heidelberg United socials. It is pre-sale only for the final. So, Hookie, you've got.
I've already got my tickets.
You going along with your dad?
Well, the old man who's a passionate football
and
supporter.
John, who's a big supporter of
I believe
Sports
he's getting
Juice.
a ticket.
Yeah,
He's joined.
Another big Heidelberg United supporter. So John out there will be watching along with a lot of interest.
We talk about the Australian Cup on Wednesday. Of course, we cannot forget what happened last season in the Australian Cup. It was just an absolute unbelievable run. We haven't seen anything like it. To see a club in the NPL knock off 3 A-League clubs back to back to back on your way to the final. Just how much confidence would that installed into the squad, knowing that you can compete against the big boys of Australian football?
Yeah, it was. I mean, even listening back, it's sort of a bit of a pinch yourself at the moment to take it back. So, I think for the rest of our lives, we're going to have that sort of couple month period, which was pretty special, and we can relive and watch the games and relive the experiences. But it was awesome, and the confidence that we just took each week with each scalp, was massive. And I think we sort of felt that we were just growing week on week. And I mean, to start with the first game against Western Sydney Wanderers, prior to the game, you're looking at the team sheet, they've probably got a dozen ex-Socceroos that we used to watch, and a pretty strong squad for that time of the season. Although they ended up not doing too well in the league, I think at the start of the season they were touted as one of the favourites. So to knock them off, and then on to Wellington as well. That was another special night to get 2 in a row, and then Auckland, which a new club. I think us beating them was, I think, their 3rd loss that they'd suffered as a club. So it was ridiculous that night after Auckland, like knowing that we're in.
Oh, the celebrations were big.
There were celebrations that night.
Huge.
Take us inside the change room as captain and going up against those A-League teams. What was the mentality of we are the underdogs and we're going to use that tag and we're going to take it to these big boys, or was it a lot more measured than that? I'm really, really interested in just how an NPL club tackles an A-League club.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of sport, and you see it in not just NPL, not just football, but sports all around the world, where the underdog, for whatever psychological reason, goes in with no fear and nothing to lose, and that benefits their performance. So I think that was exactly applicable for our cup run last year. I mean, if we lost 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, it's disappointing, but it's half expected, and people would move on pretty quickly. So I think having that underdog mentality definitely helped us, and our sort of team have thrived on those knockout games in the last few years. So we obviously have belief that we could win because we set up in a super professional way and we've got great players, but you are definitely the underdog as an NPL club, but we're seeing these cup sets more and more frequently.
Yeah, that's right. And on top of that, that's the A-League teams. How much do you, I guess, notice an A-League team who's out of season versus an NPL club that's in season? Do you think that plays into some results, or do you think it is just a pure we're the underdogs, we're taking it to them? Because upsets are starting to happen a fair bit. Or does it come down to personnel of the NPL clubs, knowing now that there is a possibility of relegation and promotion, and NPL clubs are definitely getting stronger? I don't. Is it all tying into one, and why we're seeing so many results now of NPL clubs winning? Or I'm interested in your thoughts there.
Yeah, I mean it's sort of the great debate at the moment in Australian football. You see it on all sorts of social media comments. Everyone sort of has their 2 cents on: is it NPL clubs getting stronger? Is it the A-League getting weaker? Is it the timing of the competition for A-League clubs and NPL clubs? And I think it's hard to pinpoint exactly until we have an Australia Cup match maybe halfway through an A-League season where the results may be different. It's a little bit hard to say, but to be honest, I think it's a combination of everything. I mean, I think NPL clubs, from what they were sort of 5-10 years ago, are a lot more professional now, and take it a lot more seriously. I mean, we're training sort of 4 times a week, 5 times a week in pre-season. You've got South Melbourne, who are pretty much a full-time club in their OFC competition as well. We've got the Australian Championship as well in the NPL off-season. So there's lots of football. So I think it's a combination of the NPL team's definitely getting stronger, and there's no hiding from the fact that the A-League has less money than what it did 5-10 years ago. So naturally, they're not attracting the talent that they were a few years ago. So I think, a combination of that and also the timing of the competition, probably does help the NPL teams. But I think that's the beauty of it. It wouldn't be very interesting if the A-League club won 5-0 every game against the NPL clubs. So, I love the competition, love playing in it. It gave us, gives a lot of players an opportunity to showcase themselves nationally. And, we sort of took that last year.
Yeah. As I was saying, you talked about the upset results. You look at the FA Cup, for example, in England, and some of the results you see, 4th division teams knocking off Premier League clubs. It's just the fairy tale of the competition. You mentioned how the win against Auckland, of course, the final against Newcastle, who we know had a really good season in the most recent A-League season. I know the result didn't go our way, but even that game, the quality of football Heidelberg played to take the game into extra time. We scored the opening goal. We thought, here we go. This is going to be the complete dream. But on the night, to see the packed out Lakeside Stadium, it was just amazing. So just your reflections on the final itself, again, we know the result didn't go Heidelberg's way, but just to play in such a big game in front of a packed crowd, what was that like for yourself, leading the team out onto the pitch and with the rest of the boys?
Yeah, no, it was another awesome night of last year. I mean, I was lucky enough to be involved in the A-League Grand Final with Western United, where we did win, although not as involved as I'd like on the bench and help that way. But yeah, the Australia Cup final. I mean, even prior to the game, we sort of all met at the club and we got a bus into Lakeside and went via one of the pubs in South Melbourne with the Heidelberg fans jumped on the road, stopped the bus, flags, everything. Which was awesome to feel that, and then rocking up to the ground. A lot of boys have played in A-League, but there were a few that had never experienced sort of, a game on Channel 10 and, with a big crowd of 10,000 people. So, walking out and, the national anthem and all these things that you sort of dream of experiencing. We got to do together as a team. And like you touched on the actual game, we sort of, maybe we drew a penalty in the...
It seems to be a common theme at the moment in finals in Heidelberg.
But we then got the one early. To be 1-0 up in a cup final against an A-League club, in front of 10,000 people and on national TV, it's pretty incredible to think about. And unfortunately didn't get there in the end. But even to push a fourth A-League team to extra time, and have the support of the Heidelberg Hill there, and with all the flags and it was awesome. So a special night, and it would have been a lot more special if we got up, but it wasn't.
We'll make it count this time.
Well,
we'll get through to another final.
We'll touch on that because you've moved through to the round of 16 in this year's Australia Cup. You do have North Sunshine coming up. Take us through that game.
Obviously they're a Victorian club as well, so in the second division as well. So that for them, they've done an extraordinary job to get to this stage of the competition as well. So not to be taken lightly, they've knocked off a few NPL clubs on the way as well. So like I said, post Saturday, our attention will turn to that game. But another opportunity to progress in the Australia Cup, like we did so well last year. So quarterfinal on the horizon.
Talking about your time at Western United, as you mentioned, you're part of the premiership winning squad, and we don't know the unfortunate future that Western United had, being defunct down the A-League. But you had the opportunity to play with, an Italian great, Alessandro Diamanti, who, not only was successful in the Serie A, he had a good stint in the Premier League with West Ham, played for Italy numerous occasions. What was it like rubbing shoulders, training with someone of that caliber?
We'd play soccer, tennis, or small-sided games, and you could just see he'd be pulling off ridiculous sort of bicycle kicks, or trying all sorts of trying and completing sort of all sorts of ridiculous passes. And he was a great supporter of me and helped me a lot with my time there. So still stay in contact with him now. And he moved on to coaching Melbourne City's youth team, and now an assistant back overseas. So he's obviously super keen on the coaching path, but a great player, a great person, and an interesting character. So great person.
Now, I don't want to look, I didn't tell you this off air, Ben, but I am a Melbourne City supporter and I am a member of Melbourne City. There is a chance that you could be playing off against them in the quarterfinal. There is a little part of me now that I hope that you do knock them off. I'm not going to lie. You've been a very, very
It'll
great
be at Heidelberg too.
It will be. I will be. So I'll be there.
Rules.
I don't know if I'll wear any colours. I think I'll just go neutral to that one. But we mentioned last year's Australia Cup runners-up. Along came that with a little bit of a side story of the Asian Cup. The Asian Champions League. I knew I'd say Asian Cup. Asian Champions League, that could have been a real possibility to be held even in Heidelberg or in Melbourne, and you guys at the front of it. There was press releases and all of that about why you could play, why you couldn't play. Just take us through that time at the club.
Yeah, well, I think as Newcastle became sort of expected to finish on top of the ladder, then they took the other Asian spot. So there's 2 Asian spots for Australian teams, one by winning the Australia Cup and one by finishing on top of the A-League ladder. So Newcastle obviously won the Australia Cup and we're doing pretty well in the A-League. So once we sort of got wind of Newcastle not being able to obviously occupy both spots, the whispers started to go around the club, and everyone got pretty excited. A few of us actually went up to Newcastle to back them in. We were big supporters of Newcastle for a few weeks there, and sort of everything we were hearing was that if Newcastle won, then the Australia Cup spot would go to the runners-up of the competition, which was obviously Heidelberg, and honestly, like, super exciting. Everyone was sort of buzzing around the club. Everyone was half planning a trip to Thailand or back to Thailand or something. The old club would have been incredible again.
Yeah.
So everyone was obviously super excited by it, and unfortunately in the end it didn't work out for whatever reason. I mean, no one will probably know the exact timeline or details of why it didn't get through in the end, but even sort of from Football Australia's side, they were supporting us, and we had to tick off a few boxes to make sure that the club was compliant with the AFC criteria. So all the players were getting medical tests. There was a lot of work done by a lot of people around the club to put ourselves in the best position as possible for if the spot was provided to us, that we could grab it with both hands. So disappointing in the end not to be able to compete in the competition this year, but we're dreaming for Ronaldo coming.
That was the follow-up question. Could we imagine Ronaldo just parking his, I'm guessing he drives a Ferrari at Northland and walking over?
He would be trying.
I wouldn't think so,
No,
but we're just trying to imagine what it would be like to have Ronaldo.
Well, Ben was saying off air that we could have put the game at the MCG. That's how many people would have come and watched just to see Ronaldo in action, because we know he's in the twilight of his career. It would have been amazing.
And I spent many moments on Wikipedia working out what clubs could qualify for the AFC competition. So I think it was definitely a time to dream, and unfortunately not, but have to go one better this year to get the spot.
Absolutely. And I guess a follow on from everything that did happen last year and everything that's happening at the moment is that there's a Paramount special documentary that is coming out. Obviously you're going to be a part of, and Heidelberg United, and they run through the Australian Cup last year. Just have the cameras been around Heidelberg United a fair bit lately?
It's pretty exciting. So like you touched on, Paramount series coming soon, I think later this year, hopefully. So they've been at the club since last year, and have followed us this year as well. So I'm sure it'll be awesome to relive some of those Australia Cup, the MPL Grand Final, and also the Australian Championship, which we competed in last year, and then also whatever happens this year. So I think it's super cool for an MPL club to have a sports documentary about them. We see a lot of them around, and we're all probably avid watchers of different sports documentaries. So to have one closer to home is going to be pretty exciting.
In my eyes, Ben, you're like the Michael Jordan of The Last Dance in this giant cheerleading documentary. So I'm just going to put it out there right now. Talking about the league, because of course we won the NPL last season. This season's been a little bit challenging. You're still sitting sixth, so still in contention. But can you put your finger on anything why this season hasn't been as successful in the league compared to last?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I think we've been competitive in a lot of games, and the last couple of months we've drawn a lot, just haven't been. So I guess turn those draws into wins would be a lot higher up the ladder, probably similar to where we were last year. But I guess the beauty of Australian sport and final series is we didn't finish first last year and we won the grand final. So I guess as long as you qualify for the finals, you're a chance at the big one. So to go back to back would be pretty special. And sort of last year's grand final win feels like it gets overshadowed by the Australia Cup and a few other things. So if that's what we've got this year to fight for, then I'm sure we'll celebrate accordingly.
Absolutely. Now, before we wrap everything up and wish you good luck for the weekend, our producer over here, Sammy Magic Fingers, he told us during the week that he may have raced you at Little Athletics.
I mean, there's 5 years. There's a 5-year gap between us.
Before you. He talks up his racing career over here. How good was our man Sammy over here?
The young.
I'm sure he doesn't remember
I think he's
much
going
of
with the
me.
young.
We're trying.
You're poking and prodding. You're looking for juice, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
He called himself the young Shervo. back in the
Okay,
day.
that's not true.
Well, I mean, no, we won't go there.
Don't go
No.
there. Don't go there.
I could go all the way and tell you that I don't remember who he is.
Yeah.
He was as quick as Usain Bolt. But, so anyway, the latter, he was rapid.
There we
Thank
go.
you, mate. Appreciate
There we
that. You can definitely come back.
One last thing, Ben. Do you get to, because one of the big reasons I go on a regular basis down to Heidelberg, the Savakis. Do the boys after the game, do they get to have a bite? Or is Big Johnny just like, boys, being the athletes you are, is a post-game Savaki not allowed?
Post game we get away with it, but
Good.
during the week it's a little bit more strict. In saying that, when you have one every week for 3 years, they're lovely. So normally hooking into a Slovakia after a game, which is great. So I guess as an Aussie, it's something I didn't grow up with all that. I'm sure a lot of boys around the club did. So they put on a great spread at Heidelberg. So we're very lucky, and our next home game, I look forward to the post game Slovakia.
All right. Thank you very much, Ben, for coming along. We did mention, but you can get your tickets through the Heidelberg socials. So obviously Facebook, Instagram, I'm guessing all of those ones. It is pre-sale only, so you must purchase your tickets before getting down to Lakeside Saturday afternoon at 2:30. Catch Ben in action against your rivals in Preston. It's going to be an absolute big one. If you see Hookie down there, make sure you give him a little pat on the bald head
You
there.
do a Christian Sarkis.
Or you want the love heart.
Yeah, the
signs.
love heart. Ben, you score a header
So
from the corner.
if you're a sports juicer out there, you don't even need to say hello to Hookie. Just as you're walking by, just give him the love heart.
Just one of those.
All right.
I'll do a little tally throughout the day.
How many you get?
Yeah, you definitely be on one side.
Now, we do actually have a little present for you for coming on.
Yes,
So,
we do.
Pete, can you present our esteemed guests with some official merchandise?
Now, we thought the athlete that you would be an extra large. So we went 2 times extra large.
Got a little bit bigger. Yeah.
It is, hang on. Let me try and get it up to the camera here.
There we go.
It is an official Sports Juice t-shirt. And you may be able to wear that to bed tonight.
I'll take that.
There you go.
Thanks very much.
There you go.
Thank
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, and love what you guys are doing. So,
Yeah. We tinker with it.
We try our hardest.
Your weekly pint of sports juice, presented by the Keys Leisure Centre Preston. Eat, drink and bowl at the Keys sprawling beer gardens, lanes, arcade bar and bistro. Let's go, lads.